Years ago, I was working on an archaeological site high up in the mountains of Oman. At one point, I sat down to take a break and I just took in everything around me: the rocky landscape, the much needed breeze, the archaeological site in front of me. And I couldn't help but wonder, did someone in the past sit right where I was, feeling a similar breeze and catching their breath just like me? Did they laugh here? What did they do for fun? What was their life like, both in and out of the walls that I was now carefully documenting? That moment reminded me the past shows up in more than just ruins. Sometimes it turns up in the moments we pause, in the things we question, and in the stories we choose to get curious about. Hi, I'm Dr. Smiti Nathan, and this is Curiosity Meets the Past, a podcast for curious minds who love learning about the past, even if you've never thought of yourself as a history person. Now, this show is beginner-friendly. You don't need a degree in archaeology or history to join the conversation, just your curiosity. Maybe you've wondered which ancient foods shape what we eat today, or why certain places capture our imaginations, or even how the past could help us design our futures. And even if you've never thought about those things, but something I said piqued your interest, then this is the show for you. Now, a little bit about me. I'm an archaeologist with 20 years of experience in the field. And while my roots are in academic research, I've also worked in a number of industries and spaces that aren't necessarily directly connected to archaeology, but they've shaped my curiosity. These include design thinking, hospitality, and even corporate banking. While I still do academic research, most people find me on my YouTube channel, where I explore surprising connections between archaeology and everyday life. This could be how humans and house cats have interacted over time, or what lost socks reveal about history. Now, one of the kindest and most rewarding pieces of feedback I've gotten about my channel is people saying something along the lines of, "If I had learned about the past like this in school, I might have actually liked history." And that's part of my reason for starting this podcast. I'm stepping into the role of podcast host because I want to share space with others whose perspectives on the past are worth hearing. Through these conversations, I hope you'll not only discover fascinating stories, but also gain fresh perspectives on the world around you, and maybe even a deeper understanding of yourself. We're also an independent video podcast. This means that this is a self-produced labor of love from a small team who believe in accessible, trustworthy storytelling about the past. You can watch each episode on YouTube or any platform that supports streaming video podcasts. In the video version, you'll see me talking to the guest for the episode, as well as visuals on screen. But if you prefer to listen to just the audio in your podcast app of choice, whether you're walking, driving, or just doing your thing, we've made sure the audio experience is seamless and fully engaging on its own. In each episode, you'll hear a curated conversation between me and a guest. Our guests range from scholars like archaeologists and anthropologists to creatives like visual artists and designers, as well as people whose rich and fascinating life experiences don't quite fit into a quick title. We'll also feature guests from around the world, bringing in perspectives across cultural, linguistic, and disciplinary backgrounds. Each episode will focus on a specific theme, like how we care for the dead, what role the past plays in artistic creation, or who's actually involved in starting an archaeological project. You can expect engaging, thoughtful discussions that are edited to highlight the most compelling parts and that last around 20 to 30 minutes. Now, if there's a topic that you're curious about or a question that you'd love to hear explored, feel free to reach out. I'd love to know what's sparking your curiosity. New episodes will typically come out on Tuesdays, most often every other week, with occasional short breaks. If you want to be notified as soon as an episode comes out, you can always subscribe on your podcast platform of choice. We also have a newsletter that includes reminders about recent episodes. Each episode stands on its own, so feel free to start wherever your curiosity takes you. Every episode will have show notes in the episode description, along with a link to our website, where you'll find full transcripts and even more resources to explore each episode further. And for those who want to dig a little deeper, we've also created bonus segments on Patreon. In those, guests will share things like books that inspired them, behind the scenes walkthroughs of their projects, or even unexpected recommendations like why you should consider taking an improv class. These extras didn't quite make it into the main episode, but they're too fascinating not to share. While our Patreon is free to join, so you can access that bonus content, if you're moved to support the podcast monetarily, it is greatly appreciated as it directly helps keep this project going. And of course, simply liking, commenting, subscribing, leaving a review, or sharing our work with others also makes a huge difference. When it comes to the past, people's relationships with it are varied and can be quite complex. Our goal isn't to glorify the past. It's about expanding how we think about it. In a world that often feels disconnected, understanding the past can be a powerful tool for navigating our present and shaping our future. So if your curiosity has been piqued, even just a little, we'd love for you to join us. We're just getting started, and I'm so excited to share with you what's ahead. So welcome to Curiosity Meets the Past.